the Sprites Nintendo Show.
We discuss what Link and Zelda actually get up to off screen. Wink, wink.
And sticking with Zelda, we discuss the best place in Hyrule for a beer. Did you write this?
Don't mind if I do. And we find a really crap, really cheap eShop game, buy it, play it, rip on it, and never speak of it again. But first, one of the questions asked by people who smell like onion and spend far too much time online is, what's the deal with Link and Zelda anyway?
You mean, are they in love?
Onion.
Despite dozens of games, it's never explicitly stated that Link and Zelda are anything other than just good friends. Their relationship can best be described as complicated.
It's not complicated. Link has the personality of a smiley face drawn on a steamed up window, and Zelda's a bitch. Sounds pretty simple to me.
Hell, Zelda moved into Link's house after the events of Breath of the Wild, and when
kept Link outside like a dog.
You don't know that.
What do you think they got up to? Long philosophical discussions by the fire? She won't want him coming into the house smelling of grass and dead animals. She'd keep him outside in the rain where he belongs.
No.
That's why she had the creepy place built at the bottom of the well. She's trying to get some work done, but all she can hear is Link shield surfing around the village and getting his tights dyed again.
Where Link actually sleeps is never mentioned. There's only a single bed in the house, and that belongs to Zelda.
Well, of course there's only a single bed. There are hardly any double beds in Hyrule. Nintendo likes you to think that everyone lives platonically, and babies get delivered by storks, or beetle or something.
In other games like Ocarina of Time, there's a couple of cute moments where Link and Zelda are framed with romantic tension.
If you're referring to this scene with the flowers, they're kids.
Doesn't mean they don't like each other.
In the Wind Waker, it's clear Tetra thinks Link is retarded, so that's out the window.
He got a kiss from Zelda in Zelda 2.
Well, it's implied. I reckon she just whispered in his ear, "Hey Link, you look retarded."
Stop using that horrible word.
I think Link's in the friend zone. He's got zero chance with Zelda. But maybe not. I mean, it would require him to have a personality, and I've seen more personality printed onto plastic bags than on Link's face. And secondly, well, to his credit, Link is pretty sexy. If anything, he's the looker half the time.
Half the time.
You know, this is getting kinda complicated. Things were a lot simpler in games where Zelda barely shows up, like Majora's Mask.
I'd hardly call Majora's Mask simple.
No, true. But at least he wasn't being shouted at and pushed off ledges to his death. He just falls off them by himself instead. This month's crap cheap eShop game is a real stinker. Are you ready? It's called Risk Your Life to Get Your Dinner Back, Nyanzu Action Game.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. You play a cat-looking thing that I'm guessing is Nyanzu, and if I'm saying that wrong, I really don't care.
Before we go on, it's probably worth reading the About section so you get a feel for the kind of effort that's gone into the game.
This should be a laugh.
Nyanzu is hungry after playing a lot today. I came home to eat dinner. However, dinner was robbed by the dinner stealers, who are planning to conquer the world. Go Nyanzu, stop the ambitions of the dinner stealers, and eat dinner.
Yeah, the fact that I don't have a nosebleed after hearing that surprises me even more than just how shit this game is. You decide how fast you go, and there's no limit, so you could reach crazy speeds, but you probably won't.
How come?
Well, put it this way. Let's say you covered a dead pig in its own feces, then tied the pig to the back of your car, got really drunk and drove through a car wash. Well, whatever the splatters of shit ended up resembling on the sides of the car wash would likely be 1 billion times better than the level design in this dead pig of a game.
The spinning thing from Super Mario Bros. 3 generates a random discussion topic, so let's go! Best Hyrule drinking spot.
Ooh.
You've been tampering with this, haven't you? This is a very you kind of topic.
Would I? Anyway, and yes, drinking does mean alcohol, not milk or smoothies or some other Zelda shit like that. A proper drink.
I get it, I'm not stupid.
You are. Well, you've got to have a nice view at least. Ah, remember the lakeside laboratory in Ocarina of Time?
Yeah?
There.
It's a science lab. Where are you going to get a drink from?
Oh, it's just hypothetical, Hev. I know the mad old bastard who works there isn't going to pull out a nice 12-year-old bourbon and a couple of chairs. It's just a bit of fun. Thought it would be a nice idea. Come on, you think of somewhere and be quick.
There's the Milk Bar in Clocktown.
Hyrule. It said Hyrule, not Termina. You f***ed it up immediately. You've had one go and you f***ed it up.
Sorry. Ah! Upstairs in the Lumpy Pumpkin in Skyward Sword.
That's more like it. Perfect. It is perfect, actually. What are you drinking?
Oh, I'll just have a glass of water.
God, I f***ing hate you.
I bet you loved Zelda games for years, right? Decades of saving Hyrule and killing monsters. But lately, do you feel Zelda games are a little stuck?
Let me spell it out. I'm sick of Kakariko Village. Sick of the Gorons, the Zora, the Gerudo, the Master Sword, fairies, milk, Beedle.
When Breath of the Wild dropped, the core gameplay design was incredible. But at the end of the day, it was still Hyrule, with its racers, its fairies, and its milk bottles.
It seems when Nintendo decided the time was right to break Zelda conventions, they threw out all the bits we didn't mind, but kept all the bits we were desperate to get away from. Classic dungeons, gone. Mandatory green tunic, gone. Fairies, milk, Kakariko, Master Sword and Hyrule itself, check, check and check.
To be fair, Breath of the Wild's Kakariko Village was gorgeous. Those Japanese vibes were just, ooh.
I don't know what that means. But yeah, okay. But then Echoes of Wisdom rolls around and yep, Kakariko again. Zora, Gora, milk, fairies, ya.
In many ways, it's kind of comforting.
Comforting?
I don't know, there's something cozy about it. You know, like slipping on your favourite pair of slippers. Familiar names, familiar places. Makes you feel at home, you know.
Fuck that. I'm bored with it. Faron, Eldin, or whatever remixed bull they call it now. It's all been done to death. Time for Link to pack his bags. My respect for Majora's Mask has grown in recent years. That creepy moon and places like the Arcana Kingdom was such a curveball. Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks and the Oracle games took risks too. But in games like Echoes of Wisdom, I'm counting down to the inevitable save the Gorons from a food crisis on the side of a volcano.
Yeah, but you've got to think. Familiarity is good for sales. Just think about jumping into Final Fantasy or Metal Gear after 30 years of chops and changes. It's intimidating, and Zelda's been the same. Imagine if Link's Awakening was your first Zelda game. You'd be like, who's Zelda? If Nintendo strays too far, it might alienate people.
Yeah, I get it, but it can't go on forever. Right, how about this? When the next game, The Legend of Zelda, The Shards of or whatever it's going to be called, finally rolls around, we keep Hyrule as a cameo at the beginning. Could even just reuse the same map from Breath and Tears, just to set the stage.
Okay.
And then we off somewhere else.
Oh, I like that. Not how you said it, but maybe establish Hyrule at the beginning and then change things up by visiting faraway lands. It could basically be like Phantom Hourglass, but...
But higher resolution?
No. I mean, imagine a game like The Wind Waker, but with a scale like Breath of the Wild. You're at sea for days before landing on distant shores, so you can explore brand new lands.
Basically, it needs a kick in the nuts. We get Link out of Hyrule.
And Zelda.
Link and Zelda out of Hyrule and get creative. Smash a moon into something. Wake up on an island with a massive whale. Or even flood the place again. But no more Eldin, no more fairies, no more Gorons, and no more milk.
Phew, that turned into quite a Zelda-themed episode in the end. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, we're also on Spotify. And if you're watching on Spotify, well, we're also on YouTube. See you next time.